Board games.
We might be talking about today at Airecon, but we're not gonna shout. I am Bez and this
I am
is
Josie.
We are sitting here with me, and we are two, and two's not free, but we are still company. We were working together today, facilitating many games that people did play.
Oh, nice.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Hello, good morning.
No,
good afternoon.
good afternoon.
Yeah, good
morning.
night.
Could be morning somewhere.
Yeah, it's good morning, good afternoon, good whatever
Yeah,
it is, wherever
yeah.
people are. And it's not 10 a.m.ish UK time.
No.
It's 11:34 UK time.
Yeah, well, 24:34. 23:34.
11:34, that's what I said.
PM.
Yes, 11:34 p.m.
Yeah.
And we've just been to... Are we being too loud?
Possibly, let's whisper.
We've just been to Airecon, and we've come back,
Yes.
and we had a lovely day, I think, it's fair to say.
Yeah, it was quite quiet because it snowed.
Yeah, I think my overall, and I just wanted to quickly do a quick chat of how was it and what was good. I mean, we never had our proper
We didn't do our
debrief. Like, we should talk about like what we liked, what we didn't like.
Okay, what did I like?
So,
Hang on, let me give you a second to think about it.
So, I mean, overall, I'm going to say my thing was, I'll look at the sales at the end, but it's not like I've got to decide, am I coming back here? Because, yeah.
Because you're not.
And it is a bittersweet thing. It's changed a lot. It's changed so much. Part of me is slightly sad about that, but you're always a little bit sad about change.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to make more people happy. I think it's a good thing that it's going to continue to grow.
I suppose, yeah, more people will be able to come.
Yeah, so like more people will be able to enjoy the games, more people will be able to engage in the library, and it will continue to become bigger.
But it's not as
cozy.
It's not as cozy. It has lost the cozy feel.
But frankly, when it was in Harrogate Convention Centre the first year, it lost the cozy feel from when it was in the church in, I think it was called Bradford. I think that was a former city. I'd have to check.
Yeah, Bradford is another city. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the city where Mark Cook's from?
I don't know.
Well, he used to be in another city, I think. Anyway, so I went to the other city in 2016, and it was lovely. It was like this wee church, and then I went in 17, and it was a lovely wee thing. And then I went to Harrogate Convention Centre. So, wow, this is big. And then we had, it was just a one room, like a big giant room with a tiny, and then we started having the downstairs, and I think that's how it was when you came along last year. It was, I mean, 2020, it was fairly similar to 2022. And I think 2020, it slowed down the growth because, pandemic, it was, I think they were aware that something was coming up. But now it's gone from strength to strength. It's grown. It's become a little bit colder. I don't mean emotionally. I mean, literally.
Well, when we got there Thursday, yesterday, it was actually ridiculously cold. You could see your breath.
Literally, you could see your breath.
Yeah, it was too cold. But it wasn't as cold today. It was warmer today than it was yesterday.
I think that it's a solid convention, and they've got now mead. They've got like, you're laughing because I'm just so excited by the mead. The mead is more expensive than the mead in Germany, and there's only one mead stand, so it's not as good as Spiel.
But they do give free samples.
Like in Spiel, and in Spiel there's like free meat stands.
But you don't have to go to another country to get this. This is actually in this country.
Yeah, so if you're in the UK, it's a good place.
Yes.
And I don't think there's any mead in UK Games Expo. So that's actually one thing that Airecon has over UK Games Expo until UK Games Expo gets their act together and attracts like some mead sellers.
Oh, is it? Did you just Games Expo not have a alcohol license or something? Maybe something to do with an alcohol license.
I might ask Richard tomorrow. Like, I could wander over there
because
before we open.
Obviously Airecon does, because they've got a bar that they run. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because there's Major Tom's bar. Oh my gosh, Maple Grande just raided. Hello, everyone from Maple Grande. I hope that you're doing very well. Hello, Time Roller. Thank you for joining in. Hello, Misty Mountain Girl. It's lovely to see you. I'm Bez.
I'm Josie.
And I hope that you're all well. I guess that this is a lot of American people. I mean, I hope I'm not being racist.
I have no idea if they're American. Are they all American? Are you all American?
But
we've
just been to Airecon, which is a lovely convention. And yeah, Time Roller said, and these are some lovely emojis. Thank you very much. What does that say?
It says raid.
Raid. And raid. Hello, Trombone Dalek. And
nice. I'm liking the Dalek.
Thank you very much. Do you like Doctor Who?
I'm now singing. Yes, in my head.
And Misty Mountain Girl says, I haven't gotten to see your stream in forever because of being American.
Ah, they are American.
So yeah, because 10 a.m. UK time is normally like 5 a.m.
So what time is it with you guys?
I think it's 6 p.m., right?
They'll tell us. They'll let us know.
Yeah. American, how dare you? I'm sorry, fog lights, if I at 5 a.m. There you go.
Okay.
And
5 a.m.
So highlights of today. One of my highlights talking about streaming is I got to see Kim Joy.
Kim Joy.
So I don't know if you people know Kim Joy, and Kim Joy.
Do you watch the Great British Bake Off?
So at 6:30. Hello, Xate.
Hello.
And that's Xate from the community manager from
I know.
And making me even more jealous I'm not at Airecon. And everyone says, yes, it's 6:30. Thank you so much for reading. It's an absolute delight. And
it's us. We were just wittering away. We were literally wittering away, talking to each other, thinking no one was going to watch this. In our pajamas.
This is my pajamas.
This is my pajamas.
This is how I sleep. Seeing I sleep in a Christmas jumper.
I know you do all the time.
Yes, because it's red and it's warm and it's snuggly. Anyway, so Kim Joy is a baker,
yes,
famous for being on the Great British Bake Off,
yes,
and making very cute cakes.
Yes.
Anyway, so Kim Joy is really lovely on Instagram, talking about how it's important to be true to yourself and not given to social pressure. Mm-hmm. And on the May the 18th, I'm going to have a big 1,000 of BBBBB stream. And yeah, Kim Joy's joining, as is Eric Lang and Elizabeth Hargrave and a bunch of other people.
I'm only watching because you're in pajamas.
I'm only watching. Okay, fair enough. I will watch and stare. I mean, if you're watching, are you not normally stare?
I don't know. There's a difference between staring and watching, isn't there?
Is that creepy? I mean,
I don't know. Do we need to stare out? Do we need to stare?
Okay. So like doing the Stairmaster. Anyway, so Airecon. How was it? So stuff that we loved.
What did I love?
This is normal for you, Bez. We aren't creeped out. Depends on how much you refuse to blink. Depends how creepy it is. Yeah. Okay. So Airecon. Highlights for me. Look, the 2 p.m. event was a little bit quieter than normal.
It was quite nice.
But yeah, people had fun and people enjoyed it. I got to do a lot of demos. I got to do a demo of a game about auctioning cubes after winning an auction.
I've still not watched it. I've still not played that yet.
I didn't finish the title.
Okay.
A game about auctioning cubes after winning an auction to become the auctioneer.
Yes.
So it's not quite a party game. It's a little bit longer for me. It's about half an hour. And because when you're the auctioneer, whoever wins the auction pays the auctioneer.
Yes.
And then, so before that, you do a blind bid, which goes out the game. So it's how much is this going to go for? And do you want to bid less than that so you earn money? So you're kind of gauging the price of the thing twice. And so there's definitely, that kind of, what's this going to go for? And that tension of I need to earn my money. That really worked well. I'm really excited by that. The deck construction game went okay. Like I need to work on a lot of things, and I've got ideas of maybe we could, if you attack, you can't then defend. I'll try it out. I'm not sure it's right for the game, but I've got ideas of things to try. And that's why I come here to get inspired. I mean, my self-publication, but like I've been shackled. Shackled sounds strong, but
shackled does sound really strong.
But I am kind of at the stand. I'm scared that if
You're
I go...
not shackled to the stand. You could leave. It's a self-perception. I am perfectly capable. Kat is perfectly capable. It's self-shackling.
I have some mate tied down.
Yeah, tied down. Much better. Much better.
I am
Oh,
bound.
bound
to the
feels a
stand.
little sexual.
Handcuffed.
That's getting worse. Getting worse.
I am flogged to the stand.
Flogged. No.
I mean, I was going to. Okay. So I am beholden to the stand.
Yes, beholden, much better word.
Yeah, and also you've got the beholder. You know, it's kind of
beholden, much better word.
So I am beholden to the stand. It says 1 a.m. You get what you pay for. Yeah, Xate is in Leipzig, I think. No, not in Leipzig. Somewhere in Germany.
Okay.
I think it's in I'm sorry. Yes, it's Leipzig. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was meant to go, but then I kind of totally...
Yes, you didn't.
Yeah, that was sad. Anyway, so, yeah. I like Bound. Anyway, how did you... Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
So, Airecon. I've not seen that much of Airecon, but I feel like it's lovely. There's a lot of people. The exhibitor hall is about 4 times the size of last year.
Much bigger than it was last
year. That the open gaming is a similar space to last year because there was always so much open gaming.
No, there's more. There's definitely more.
Maybe twice as much.
Yeah, because you've got the same size as the exhibitor hall. And then you've got that again and then again.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got 3 open gaming spaces now.
Yeah. But it is a wonderful thing, and let's talk about our highlights and stuff. And Xate says, leaving me sad and alone at a con without a bear. Saddest way to go to a con there is. Highly don't recommend. That's lovely. Anyway, so Airecon, what's the highlights? Just seeing people. It's the boring answer. But what's unique about today? For me, it was people who'd heard about my stuff and then said, oh.
There were some people, who, which is always surprising, because after now I've demoed with you however many times now, I don't know how many times it is, people normally always know your games. Like they normally come over because they're like, oh, I've got X amount of Bez's games already. There were a couple of people today who said, oh no, I've heard of Bez, but I don't have any of her games, which was like, oh, that was a pleasant surprise. So then you got to show them your games.
Yeah.
And that was actually really a pleasant surprise. So yeah, kind of like the brand newness. It was nice.
And yes, we did see Alex and also Dina of Dina Said So. And we actually played. Should we talk about Questable?
We could talk about Questable.
I mean, yeah, Alex is lovely to see. And
hey, Jess.
Hey, Jess. And
how are you, lovely? Shall I text you at the same time?
So what's happened is that
Jess is my friend.
Okay.
You helped pick a green dress for her once.
Did I? Okay, yes. Brilliant. So what happened is at the end, I actually want to say first, so summary. I spent all day at the con and was demoing stuff.
Green, sorry.
Green.
Yeah, no, it wasn't red. Sorry, it was a Wizard of Oz themed ball.
I didn't have a choice in the color. Just to clarify.
Yeah. No, there was no choice.
It was just this green dress or
anyway.
So I was demoing stuff. 2 p.m. event. Yogi went well.
Yeah, we did.
We did 3 heats. No, 2 heats. One with Yogi Guru minus wildcards, then 2 champions, finalists, including wildcards, and that went well. I wonder if I should have just done the 1 final and cut it off a wee bit and had more about this is the final and then made the whole thing.
What, instead of having 3 rounds?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think I should?
Yeah, because Yogi's much more fun with more people.
You're right. Anyway, glad to hear you're good, Jess. Lots of love. But yeah, then we Hachette Board Games UK had a party, but we were slightly late because we did a lot of chocolate tasting. I think there were 22.
We did. Hang on, there was 22. I don't know if we'll be able to see the picture.
So there was so much chocolate, and we had 20 different types of vegan chocolates. So there was blonde, there was milk, and then there was 48% dark, 50% dark,
And we
70%,
ordered them
70%,
smallest amount of
80%,
cocoa all the way up to most amount
and
of cocoa.
hundreds. There were 2 chocolates with 100% cocoa. Yes,
Don't know
chocolates.
if you'll be able to. That was all the chocolate. There we go.
And lots of chocolates. And the best one, in my opinion, is the Black Forest.
It was very good, but I really liked the Sainsbury's Dominican Republic dark chocolate, 72%. Very nice.
Anyway, so
very,
after
very
this,
nice.
Hachette Board Games was doing a booth party. And for me, it was really interesting because a booth party isn't something that normally happens in the UK.
It was really nice. So there was lots of alcohol. We missed the pizza. Everybody ate the pizza before we got there, but there was lots of free booze. That was nice. Chocolate, you say, oh, the chocolate was good.
It wasn't art though, because that's literally art. Like so. Yeah, that is literally chocolates over there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's.
Did you make it?
That's his board game arena that Sate's made. But yes, so I think it was lovely to chat to Flavian, and I think it was really nice having it at that stand rather than having to go to another room.
Oh no, it was nice. It was nice being in that room because actually you're away from people. Nobody could kind of just accidentally join in. It was just all the exhibitors together.
I would love UK Games Expo to have something similar, although they do always show us out like 1 hour after it closes. It's like, oh, away you go now. But if they could just leave us there for another like 3 hours and someone were to potentially
pay for the alcohol.
I would love that.
It was fun. It was good. It was nice.
I mean, it wasn't just about the alcohol. I mean,
no, because you got to talk to people, like talking to people that we don't really know, and then having really stupid conversations about. Shall we ask them about the what would you name a stripper club? I'm going to ask. So we had an idea. We got slightly tiddly. Okay, I'm just going to contextualize this. Slightly tiddly. There was prosecco and there was beer. So slight tiddleness happening, and the conversation went down the route of. If you were gonna, we're pretty sure this hasn't happened, but we're pretty sure there's quite a lot of geeky, nerdy people out there who might like a specific strip club for people who are geeky and nerdy, and you go and watch people who maybe are in cosplay, etc., artistically take their clothes off. But what would you call a strip club specifically aimed at nerds and geeks? So we went down a rabbit hole of that conversation.
And so one idea was brass.
Brass, but the ASS is in like big letters and not everything else is.
So not brass, brass.
Brass.
And then my idea was streeple.
Streeple. Yeah, there was lots of ideas around like bags of holdings and things to do with Bilbo Baggins and all sorts. So what would you call
a geeky strip club?
A geeky strip club, yeah.
And yes, the meat tasting here. I think there were 5 types of meat.
There was ginger, lime and lemon, elderflower, raspberry and lime, and original.
And ginger.
Oh, and did I not say ginger at the beginning? Ginger was there, then the lemon and lime, then the raspberry and lemon, then the elderflower, and then the original.
Yeah, there was only 5. And only meeple.
Only meeple, okay.
For a geeky strip club.
Yeah.
But you'd have to find Olympian for that one. I don't know Olympian. Do you know?
Fight Olympian, no.
I'm sorry, can you? I don't know Olympian. I do apologise, Trombones Alec. Roll and Ride.
Oh, I like that. That's good. That's good.
Roll
and Ride.
I mean, that sounds a bit more. That sounds like a sex club.
What, rather than just stripping? There's a bit more, happy endings happening.
Roll and Ride, Fight, Glide, Sprite.
Or is that more of an Uber name?
It's very lap dancey. Yeah, Roll and Rides would imagine if you had Ubers, but like you've got board games. It's like a limousine, but then you've got board games
so
in the
limousine.
limousine.
Champagne. It's just you get out the board game and get to play against each other.
That could be cool. I like it.
So we've now got, what was it, geeky limos taking us to the geeky strip place.
Apparently. Anyway, so what I'm going to say is, well, Highlights of Airecon.
Seeing people I only see at board game conventions. I got to play lots of Yogi. I don't normally get to demo loads of Yogi, and that was quite nice to do that. And also one of the newer games, the one about, I'm testing the titles in my head. A game about the scenarios one.
Setting scenarios that
Setting
people
scenarios.
would do for different lengths of time.
Yes.
I'm really
I
enjoying
played
that a lot more.
And lots of people liked that game as well.
I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would, because I made it as a joke, and then but I'm really enjoying just seeing how long people would do different weird things for. Trombone Dalek says Olympian is a board game streamer, especially in the mature category, and hosts Tabletop After Dark. Bought the domain for Only Maples at one point due to a chat conversation, and it's been a running joke.
Okay.
And it says, before we go into business making this, we need to make a dating website that uses Board Game Arena as its matchmaking.
Yeah.
I searched on some dating websites for board gamers. The guys all thought it was a euphemism for bed games. Like playing games in the bed. So, like, what games are important? Like, my ideal person is at least ELO 200 in photosynthesis.
Okay, so would we have you only allowed to date people who are like the same like experience points on Board Game Arena?
No,
or
like
what categories
you decide what's important to you. So it's kind of like OkCupid, where you say what's important to you.
Okay, so it has.
So maybe to me, the fact
got to
that
hit a certain thing on photosynthesis,
or at least some abstract games.
Okay.
It would suggest people whose favourite the same games you do. Like, well,
yeah, but then no, because I like certain games on
favourite-
Board Game Arena that I don't necessarily like in person.
I don't favourite my favourite games on Board Game Arena necessarily. I favourite games on Board Game Arena that I want to play more on Board Game Arena, which isn't necessarily my favourite games.
No, and some of the games on Board Game Arena I play because actually setting them up in real life is a pain in the bum, and actually it's nice on Board Game Arena because it just does it for you. About laziness.
It should only be one part of the site. Yeah, I'm totally on board with this. I think you should definitely tell your bosses to make this happen. Guess that means I'd have to be more intentional about favourites in games.
Yeah, you see, we'd have to actually think about it.
Like 1/4 of the dating. One question of the dating site.
Yeah.
I have actually suggested it. Oh wow, we don't have the staff at the minute. I like this idea.
I like the idea. I think it's a good idea. But this is similar to the conversation we had. Actually,
can I actually say that there was this? In all seriousness, so I put this on Twitter that I played against someone who said, "Hey, are you a British girl?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, I like it." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Oh, I'm an Italian guy. I like British girls." And I said, "What do you mean?" And then I just asked, "Do you mean sexual?" And he said, "Yes, of course." And I said, "I don't think that's appropriate." And
you'd need an adults only chat kind of feature.
Like, it's kind of, I don't know if you want to go that way, do you know what I mean? Because it can feel a bit icky.
Maybe it's a whole other business and you call it the same name as the stripper club we're thinking about.
I did report that player. Did they get something? Apparently Site moderated it. And then apparently it would be real life. Oh, I like this. Meet up at cons, because at cons it's a neutral space.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's great to when you're dating, like you don't want to invite someone over to your place straight away. Like on everything, I say I want to meet in public first, and some people just don't respect that. I think safety is really important. I mean, I'm quite open to people that I don't know super well, saying, "Hey, come over."
But you should always have a safe person. So I always have.
Safety is really important.
Yeah, I've always had someone that I text to say when I'm going on a date and where I am and that kind of thing.
The dating site chat would be on the dating site, not on Board Game Arena.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
like I like that. I just want an explicitly dating and explicitly friends section so forth. So you want, I get that. You want the two separated.
Yeah.
Like here, and it's clear that there's the demand. I mean, some people use Facebook for hooking up with people.
Okay, I find that a bit weird.
That's, yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, it feels like people who are going, there's this whole thing with people going to the supermarket to pick up people. That's,
yeah.
Is that why I was invited to the Friday playtesting prior to going to your flat? Like to screen Xate to make sure that Xate is. I honestly can't remember that far back. That was a long time ago. That was pre-pandemic. You're asking me. Board Game Arena does not allow attempts to date. We do moderate players for this. Cool. So, yeah, and just for the record, presumably saying to someone, I like British girls, yes, in a sexual way, presumably that's not okay. I mean, I'm not
No, I don't think that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you could have been any age as well.
Yeah, and I don't have my age on Board Game Arena. I mean, I do have a photo, so you can probably tell that I'm over 18 if you assume that that's me, but it might not be me again. For all they know, maybe like people use photos that aren't themselves.
Think it's okay.
I write in the moderation that they should try Tinder. That's why we don't allow it. It is a family-friendly platform. Yeah, 100%. Because you're allowed to go there whatever age you are, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so enough of that. Airecon. So
highlights. We're on highlights.
I think I really enjoyed just connecting with people, seeing James Wallace at the end, seeing the random stranger in the cupboard.
Stranger in the
like there was
shop.
a American person.
Does everyone have speed dating game table? No, I don't think it does. Not as far as I'm aware. Speed dating.
Do you mean like speed dating as in for relationships?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, trying to distract the conversation again. Stop letting Xate distract us.
Oh wait, I don't mind a bit of distraction.
But like, yeah, that, I mean,
yeah, favourite bits. I've enjoyed going around and just seeing different people and.
Do you think that segregation is important? I mean, look, sorry.
Segregation in what term?
I don't mean the segregation of white people and black.
No, that's what
I mean like segregation of just generally these are activities that you do here and these are activities that you do here, like compartmentalization.
No, because there are people that have met, like we've met people who've met through board games that are now in relationships or married or anything. Some of the people that we talk to, that's happened. So I think it's nice. I quite like the idea of like a speed dating table or like maybe a singles night or just
like Airecon does have the. Oh, by the way, I saw Dave Luza. Dave was so lovely, and then they played with, I think it was you and someone else. Dave Luza and her friend played a game about setting scenarios that people would do for different time.
Yes.
And couldn't stay for yogi.
Yeah.
But yes. So
my entertainment tables are 2-player games. You set up and you sit at and you change. Yeah, see, that would work.
Can you help me do that? Now taking resumes for men aged 36 to 46-ish who wants a weird partner. See, I think that if you had speed dating, like in this day and age, it should be everyone meets everyone. It shouldn't be like...
It can't be gendered because there are many of us who aren't necessarily gender specific on our partners.
Yeah, some people are bisexual, some people are homosexual, some people are heterosexual, and it should be, okay, we are here to date, but let's just do a round robin and everyone meets everyone and we play a quick, maybe there's like 3 games at each table. So there's like one silly party game, one slightly more thinky game, like maybe speed dating wouldn't work with all creatures great and small, something like that. That feels a bit too long.
No, you need some good 2 players or even Connect 4. What about a good gold game in Connect 4?
I mean, that would probably be all right. Or
because it's not too thinky, but thinky enough to have strategy involved and really quick.
I mean, if it was, wouldn't it feel like you were wasting your time to sit at a date with me if I'm not interested in a romantic relationship?
No, because you might want to be friends afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. We can game and become best.
I might have the perfect person set up for you who's my friend elsewhere after chatting. I might think, oh, they really like a weirdo like you. I'll go find them.
And I think the thing is, like, I mean, are you willing to discuss your sexuality on?
Yeah, I'm pansexual.
Awesome. Who is your friend? Can I get pictures? So pansexual means that you like people of all genders.
Yeah, gender non-specific.
And it's funny. So we're getting a bit risky, I guess. So hashtag no filter. We are a bit tipsy because I mean I had 3 beers.
I had 3 beers and a glass of prosecco. And not much food today.
Is there anything to learn? I mean, I do think that because it was quiet.
It was really quiet.
That was the downside. I did send people away a little bit earlier than I said because it was like, there's enough space here. We don't need to all be here.
I think as Kat reflected on this, and I think it's a true thing, because there weren't as many people, actually, we were probably maybe less engaged sometimes with the people who were around because we weren't as busy all the time. Because when you're busy, it's really easy just to be up and bubbly the whole time and chatting to people and whatever you. But because it wasn't as busy, you're actually more relaxed. So finding that energy to then become more excited was harder.
You need to kind of stay hyped.
It's like staying hyped, but because there isn't anybody around to be hyped with, because actually you can't do it.
Yeah, like towards the end, it felt like slow. I was kind of flagging. But then when we went to the Hachette party, and like I was talking to so many people, there were more people to talk with than I could possibly talk to. And when I was talking to some of them, like my cheeks were just smiling.
They were lovely people. Yeah.
And it's like me and Ian like was saying lovely things, and Kim Joy was saying lovely things, and you know, it was so wonderful.
Everybody was really lovely, and they were so sweet and lovely.
Oh, spoken like true experts. Yeah, that's kind
probably, yeah.
Anyway, I mean, like, in terms of plans for tomorrow, I'm just going to go with, you know what, I think that whilst I'm so let me show my deck construction game, even though it didn't quite, I don't have all the cards that I would love I liked, it worked out okay. I'm glad I showed it off. I'm glad, we got to see James Wallace, and we've got to plan for tomorrow. I think it's nice to have some plans. Chocolate tasting is a good tradition.
It's a good tradition.
I think that, oh, by the way, I managed to sort out UK Games Expo in terms of I worked out what furniture I had last year, and I'm going to get the same furniture because that was a good amount.
It was a good amount, actually, yes.
And so then I'm going to sort that all out on Monday.
Yep.
And then, Xates is also an extrovert. Anyway, so, yeah. I think that's everything we want to say about Airecon. Is there anything else we want to say? Xates isn't.
Oh no!
Oh,
how come?
Yeah. And Stream Elements, my past self, is reminding us that games are brilliant because of communication of ideas, bringing folk together, old friends, new friends. That's meant to say friends. Certainty in a baffling world, learning, exercising our minds, tactile enjoyment, and fun. What else makes a board game brilliant?
The people you're playing with, bringing folk together. Again, that's on there. What else makes it? Tension in a game makes it fun for me. I like a bit.
Oh,
of tension.
We should actually stand up and stretch.
No, I just stretch like this.
Yeah. Stretching left to right, stretching side to side. Okay. Teeny house guests this year around then when I would normally stay in London at hers. I mean, potentially ask, but potentially ask me. Anyway, so I think that's everything we want to say about Airecon.
Yeah, no, it's been quiet, but there was a lot of snow this morning. So I think a lot of people. So much snow.
So much
So
snow.
much
and
snow.
It's all melted.
It's now, mostly it's gone, hasn't it? As long as it doesn't freeze, it'll be fine, because it might be a bit icy in the morning.
And I think that a lot of the quietness is because the public transport was kind of broken.
Yeah, and no one was still driving it. It would have been a bit. I was glad we got here when we did, because any later
it was kind of scary at some points.
Yeah.
But you were a wonderful driver. Anyway,
Thanks.
so tomorrow I think we'll do the things that we planned, and it's all lovely. And don't need
I've
to
got
change
I've
much.
got some RPG tomorrow. I don't know what I'm playing, but I'm playing a game of RPG. We're doing the gold panning game tomorrow.
Playing with James Wallace.
And then just hanging out with you generally.
So at this point, do we want to talk about the dating thing, or should we just sign off and go to bed?
What dating thing?
Like dating board games.
Oh, okay. We can talk about dating board games if you want to talk about dating board games.
What I'm curious about is what free board games would you if you had a speed dating thing? Like, if
I was thinking about what 3 board games would you want someone to like? Would they have to like to be able to date you?
Because what I'm thinking is that like you have 3 board games in the middle of the table,
right?
And then part of the thing is when you sit down together, which one do you want to play? And that's almost like the first question. Like, do you want to play?
Are you an abstract? Are you a okay.
I don't know if a board game would make a good long-term partner. I'd rather date a board game player.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Although I don't know, some board games are probably less wooden than some partners.
Definitely an abstract. Maybe like Double or one of my speed games.
Double's a bit.
A game about quickly matching words to pictures, but never words to words or pictures to pictures. What
about something like you've got to try and get in? I was going to say something like The Mind, where you've got to try and get in sync with each other.
The Mind is cool. Wood can be good in a partner.
Well, in that sense, baby, yeah.
Have I actually bragged on? I don't know if I've bragged that I'm undefeated in photosynthesis. How many times have I?
You've definitely bragged to me about how many times. Yeah, we're looking it up, are we?
I'm going to check how many times I've actually played it, because if I've only played it twice, that's not very impressive. I mean, no, I've won.
Photosynthesis, there it is. 7 games, 7 victories.
I mean, I'm 27th out of everyone. That seems kind of good.
Not if there's only 27 people who've played.
Well, apparently there have been. There's 2 games where it's my turn. 3,446 games.
Okay, well that's quite impressive. Yes. All right.
Could I go? Would you like me to explain photosynthesis? Would it be okay for me to explain what's going on in a game, or is that going to be really boring for you?
I don't know. Ask me.
No. Is that no to photosynthesis?
I don't know.
And Xate says, I have a copy of that I'm trying to sell.
Photosynthesis? I would like photosynthesis.
I don't like that game. Why are you against photosynthesis?
How much are you selling it for? How would I get it? Right, anyway, carry on.
And I mean, why are you against photosynthesis? And
I quite like photosynthesis.
How much have you played it? I've got a copy. You can have it.
Oh, okay. Right, I'll come around.
And I could open this window. Oh, is that why you don't?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like if it brings back bad memories, I'll kind
I can
of.
Get that, yeah.
I just made a sale and you unmade it.
Sorry.
Like I'm trying to get rid of some.
I'm decluttering Bez's house. See it as a service to humanity. But then I'm just cluttering my own house.
You are getting so many games from me. I don't think you are allowed to tell me off for losing you bits of money on photosynthesis. I'm also trying to get rid of games. I want to sell like 100.
Wow.
Are you still wanting, like, you are meant to be getting like 10 games from me at some point before I move? Like I'm meant to come over and bring like a suitcase full of games to. Am I still doing that? But yes. So yeah, if it's bad But I do like that game. Maybe I'll talk about it another time
I
when
think
I
I'll
need
play.
to
Maybe I'll do photosynthesis online. I don't know how I'll find it. I'm not sure how I'll find it in comparison with the actual physical game.
I do want you to come over. I don't remember what games we'd said anymore. I'd like to talk about firstly, in a speed dating scenario, like how long do you want to spend with each person? Because seriously, a strategic game, like I'm thinking even a short, like Connect 4 to me doesn't feel like an intense thing. Like
no, you'd have to play a few rounds.
But I feel like you don't want to spend half an hour with each person. Then it's like a whole.
Okay, well, is it a 2 minute or a 5 minute with each person?
I'm thinking 5 minutes at least. 5 minutes. Let's say there's 20 people. Let's say that's 100 minutes roughly. That seems reasonable.
But then you need to be able to go round again and speak to the people that you liked. That's what normally happens, isn't it? Speed dating.
But then that's later on that same evening.
They bore me.
So you've got 3 choices.
See, I also think you need more. It depends on how many people. If there's only 3 people, you get to play each game then. But what if there's like 20 people that you're going to be seeing?
Like it's 10. If there's 20 people and it's 10 minutes.
But if it's 20 people, have you got to play the same game 20 times?
Well, what I'm thinking is on each, like there'd be multiple games.
Yeah, but I think yes. Oh, right. So what? 3 different games on each table.
Like maybe 3 or 4, and then you sit down and it's like, okay, what game do you want to play? Do you want to play Lucky Numbers? Do you want to play 7x7?
Or maybe the speed dating should be you playing a cooperative, and then you get to see people's personality. Then you think, no, you're a right knobber. I'm not playing with you again, and I definitely don't want to date you.
I mean, like I feel like the more I think about it, whilst I love the idea of playing board games on a date, I do feel like board games and speed dating. What if it
like
wasn't
a bring game show and tell?
One or two of their own personal favorite games and tells the other person why. I do like that. Show and tell.
Show and tell.
I do like that. Do you think you would be up for that? Could you bring 1 or 2 favorite games? I mean,
I could bring a couple of games. My favorite games change all the time. So,
I mean, if I had to bring 2 games that I loved,
oh no, but is it 2 games you love or 2 games you want to talk about? Because that's different. Because when you talk about, like, you know, if you want them to be a talking point, or are you aiming to play them, talk about them? Like, you know, is the aim to play them?
The aim is that if you like each other, then you're playing them afterwards.
So it needs to be something that could be a good 2-player game.
So my question to everyone watching is, if you were going on a speed dating where you do this idea where it's show and tell, and I think I'm going to tell Mark Cook this idea, I genuinely am, even though I'm never going to Airecon again.
No, but we could get Dave, the Hat Dave.
Oh, Dave Weatherall.
We could he could set that up because he does all the community games, so he could have a whole section of
yeah, you briefly mentioned a game, why you have it, and use that to talk a bit more about yourself, then meet up later.
So it needs to be a game that you can play as 2 people later on, so it has to play 2 players. It doesn't need to be a 2-player specific game, but it needs to play 2 players.
Like it could be, sorry to say this, but
it could be one of your games.
Photosynthesis.
Oh, photosynthesis. I think I'd bring Odin's Ravens because it's beautiful and it's got some strategy and it plays nice and quickly. And I like the artwork and I like the wooden figures. It's quite tactile and visual. And then
let me actually pop on Odin's Ravens too. Odin's Ravens is a game that I am searching for. Odin's Ravens is not rated 7.4, it's rated 7.0. I'm going to find.
Where's a good picture?
I need to find the ones that we can technically copy. Oh, it's called Crook in. That's a picture of the stuff.
Yeah, that's quite a good picture.
Okay, so this is Odin's Ravens. And yeah, it is very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've played this one.
Have you not played that? I've got that one at home.
Are you suggesting we meet up there?
Yeah, I'm always suggest we meet up.
So Sate would suggest the crew. You can get out of the dates after a few rounds if you decide no, or you can play it all night. Plus, I have a 3D printed travel box. Very nice. Let's let's go to this thing. No, that covers you. That's horrible.
Hang on, I'll do this.
Yep, I'll go this way. And also Travel Azul.
Oh, drafts.
And
Azul.
so other than
Two
Odin's
planets.
Ravens,
What was that other one?
so personally, one of my games, I would actually say Go. Even if they've not played it, I would explain that my reason for loving it is because I do really like abstract strategy games. But genuinely, if someone is...
Oh, I haven't played that yet.
Targi.
Yeah, I bought it, but I've not played it yet.
It's on Board Game Arena.
Is it?
Yeah, and we could play it. I don't know how to play it, but I've played it.
Well, you could teach me.
Well, I genuinely don't know how to.
Actually, you could teach me. How about you teach me? There we go. I'll yeah, we can play bigger. Yeah.
All right. Let's us play. Come on.
No. Yeah, just can you just send me an invite, please? Thanks. Yeah, teach us both. Hey.
Okay, because Slate wants all the games. So because the thing about Go is I love abstract strategy games, but if I'm playing something which I know better, then I'm going to win and it's not fun. If it's something that they know better, then they're going to win and it's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something neither of us know, then that can be lovely if we're exploring it together. But Go, because of the handicap system of extra stones, it's like you're always learning together. Do you know what I mean?
I think you can also, excuse me, sorry, tired. Give each other you can have a handicap compared to the player.
Yeah, exactly. And so I love that about it.
I'm just. I might actually think about bringing in drafts, as in the game drafts, because it reminds me of my dad. So then I could do like I could chat about the memories it evokes. Not just not just because it's a good game, good solid game, and all those kind of things, but actually I could then chat about the memories it gives me.
I'm actually. You know what? As egotistical as this might sound, I'm going to go with Go and Couple. I would talk about Go because I love it, and I would talk about Couple because it does reflect me as I am a designer, and I would say that
Well, maybe,
I would talk about.
Maybe I should bring a Bez game, and then I can talk about my weird friend.
And yes, oh, what's your username, by the way?
I think it's just Finchy. No, I'll just double check.
And hooray! Say it's going to teach everyone Targi. But yeah, that's super lovely. I think that's what I would go for, Couple and Go. And those are the two games that I would talk about. And I will, yeah.
I'm just looking at my name.
Yeah,
just Finchy. Just Finchy on Board Game.
Finchie. So at this point, I think we do need to go to bed. It is 12:21. We've been chatting for 50 minutes. It's a ridiculous thing.
We're just going to pop on for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So I think that because there's a few folk watching, although, see if there's anyone to
I'm genuinely tired, Bez.
Quickly and I
think everybody could just watch us sleep.
And oh, hello, James. It's lovely to see you. You can't go now. James is here. I'm sorry, James, but we are tired. It's past midnight, and I want to do my nails.
Oh, you've got to paint your nails. Mine have already done.
So Joe North playing catch up. David Peterson.
Are we raiding?
Are we raiding someone?
I don't know.
Live Canadian music. Let's see who Mermaid Unicorn is. And Reina88. I don't know them. I'm going to #raid Mermaid Unicorn. I'm just going to type that. #raid Mermaid. Wait. If people want to, if two people are suggesting Reina, twitch.tv/Reina, I guess I should see who this person is. That's everyone's recommending we go to. So, shall we finish up by singing over to you? What are you up to? You can share a button if you want to.
Okay.
After this, I am going to sleep.
Yes.
I need to brush my teeth still.
Okay. Oh, coconut flavoured toothpaste.
Oh, what do you think of coconut flavoured toothpaste? By the way,
Strong.
Raina's apparently offline. I don't know why you're telling me to go and read them, but I will follow them since you've all recommended them. But I don't see any recent videos. No recent videos found. But
Yeah, what does other people think?
Raina is part of the Loserpalooza. Oh, it's Raina88. That's the wrong Raina. Okay. So Raina88. Okay. Let's play Bunny Kingdom. That's what Raina's doing. Okay. So are we... Yeah, shall we raid this person if that's what everyone wants? Josie says yeah. Okay, so let me go back and... Firstly, yes, this is true. You are brilliant.
As are you.
Oh. Yeah, thank you for giving us the full name. And Gross? What's Gross? She's a keeper of...
Was it the coconut toothpaste that's gross?
Oh, the coconut toothpaste.
Because that is gross, yeah.
It
should be mint flavoured. The whole idea of it being coconut flavoured, wrong. Just wrong. How does it make your breath? Do you feel fresh in the mouth afterwards?
I do. I do feel very fresh.
Okay.
So,
sorry, the things that puzzle me.
Raina is like an anime person. This looks quite cute. So, everyone out there, what's are you up to? I'm going to brush my teeth. Have you already done it?
I haven't brushed my teeth. I've got to brush my teeth.
So then we're sleeping, but I will let this play as I kind of prepare my bed, and then I will actually pee before I go to
the toilet. Okay.
Yeah. If you, that's probably too much information. It's verging on it. And then tomorrow I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go to the convention.
Yeah.
I'm going to see Flavia, and I'll be like, hey, Flavia, it was lovely to see you yesterday.
Oh yeah, and Dave and Mandy are down. So we've got Fanboy 3 down tomorrow.
Yes. And I wanted to ask them something. Oh yeah.
And we were going to play a game with them, weren't we, as well?
Yeah, they're lovely people.
Really lovely people.
So let's firstly, exclamation mark raid. I will not leak any more information about our upcoming Scythe is one game. Definitely won't say there are some ginormous games coming soon. So lots of love to everyone, and the only thing I guess left to say is
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, sorry everyone. Bye. Bye, bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Mini Airecon with Bez and Josie. Lots of love. And I will, of course, be doing a very tiny stream. And if you want to see... Oh, I should set up my stream for tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.
That was supposed to be 10 minutes.